morning, students. In the last class, we have discussed about Unit 3, Magnetism. In this, we have seen classification of para, dia and ferromagnetic materials and hysteresis loop. In this class, we are going to see magnetic effect of current. First one, magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor and second one, Biot-Savart law. In Unit 2, we have learnt chemical effect of current, example battery and the cells, and also the heating effect of current, Joule's law of heating effect. In our day-to-day life, we are using the iron box, toasters are the examples for the heating effect of current. In the same way, we are going to discuss magnetic effect of current. Example for this magnetic effect of current is electric bell. So today we are going to see or learn the magnetic effect of current through some animation videos.
Ørsted's experiment. In 1820, Hans Christian Ørsted discovered the magnetic effect of current. Experimental setup is similar to Ørsted's experiment, which leads to magnetic effect of current as shown in the animation. A conductor of wire AB, a line in north-south direction, is connected to battery, commutator K and rheostat RH. A magnetic campus needle NS is placed just below the conductor AB. Initially, when no current passes through the wire AB, magnetic needle shows no deflection. When an electric current passes through the wire placed above the campus needle, the magnetic needle gets deflected in the normal position along north-south direction. On reversing the direction of current through the wire, campus needle deflects in the opposite direction. Also, the deflection of magnetic needle increases when the current through the wire was increased.
Magnetic field around a straight conductor. Magnetic field around a straight conductor can be understood by the following activity. Take a flat cardboard and cover it with a white sheet of paper. In the middle of the cardboard, make a hole and through it pass a thick wire and connect the ends of the wire to a dry cell using connecting wires. Plot magnetic lines of force around the conductor. With the help of plotting compass, it is observed that the lines of force are in the form of concentric circles. The direction of the lines of force will be clockwise. The experiment is repeated again, but now the current is passed in the opposite direction as shown in the figure. Then the lines of force will be in anti-clockwise direction. If the strength of the current is increased, then the number of lines of force around the conductor increases. This in turn increases the magnetic strength of the conductor. In the previous video, we have seen the magnetic field produced by the state conductor carrying current. In this experiment, the state conductor is bent in the form of circle. The circular loop is connected to an electrical circuit. The circuit consists of battery, key, and the connecting wires. Now we are going to observe the magnetic field pattern produced by the circular loop carrying current. Sprinkle some iron filings around the circular loop. Insert the key to close the circuit. The current starts to flow in the circuit through the circular loop. Iron filings are aligning by the magnetic field at each point. The concentric circles are becoming straight at the center of the loop. By right hand thumb rule, every section of the wire is contributing to the magnetic field lines in the same direction within the loop. Right hand thumb rule. This rule is used to find the direction of magnetic field around the current carrying conductor. See the picture. Statement. If we hold the current carrying conductor in our right hand, the thumb points in the direction of current flow and the fingers wrapped in the conductor points in the direction of magnetic field. Maxwell's right-handed corkscrew rule. This rule is used to find the direction of magnetic field around the current carrying conductor. If we rotate the right-handed screw with a screwdriver, the direction of current is same as that of direction of screw advances or moves inside the body, and the direction of rotation gives the direction of the magnetic field. Biot-Savart law. Biot and Savart made so many experiments to find the magnetic field intensity at the point due to the current carrying conductor. Here you see the constant current is flowing in the loop and magnetic fields formed in the loop. So this is the section of the current loop with magnetic field. At point P, we are going to test the magnetic field intensity due to the current carrying conductor. Now we are going to consider the small element dl, that is known as current element. Due to the current element, the magnetic field intensity at the point P. dl is the differential length of current element. R is the distance between test point and the current element. And R cap is the unit vector acting along the line joining the current element and the point P. And alpha is the angle between test point and the current element. Now according to Biot-Savart law, the magnetic field intensity at point P dH is directly proportional to IDL sin theta or sin alpha by R square. In definition, the magnetic field intensity is directly proportional to product of the current element and the sine of the angle between them, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the point and the current element. Difference between Coulomb's law and Biot-Savart's law. The first point is electric field due to a charge. Here charge is a scalar source. In Biot-Savart's law, magnetic field due to current passing through a conductor. Here the current element is vector source. The second point is, you see the diagram, so the position vector R is acting along the line joining the source and the point P. In the Biot-Savart law, the position vector R and the current element is acting perpendicular to the field. Third point, does not depends upon the angle in case of Coulomb's law. In Biot-Savart law, it depends upon the angle between the position vector and the current element.
Magnetic induction due to infinitely long state conductor carrying current. XY is the long state conductor and I is the current flowing through the conductor. P is a point at a distance A from the wire. AB is the current element dl. Theta is the angle between current element and the point P. And AP is equal to R and OPA is equal to pi. Now due to the current element dl, the magnetic induction at point P, according to Biot-Savart law, dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi IDL sin theta by R square. AC is drawn perpendicular to BP from A. Angle OPA is equal to pi. Angle APB is equal to d pi. In triangle ABC, sin theta is equal to AC by AB, it is equal to AC by DL. Therefore, AC is equal to DL sin theta. In triangle APC, AC is equal to R d pi. From equations 2 and 3, R d pi is equal to DL sin theta. Substituting equation 4 in equation 1, dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I R d pi by R square. It is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I d pi by R. In triangle OPA, cos pi is equal to A by R. Therefore, R is equal to A by cos pi. Substituting equation 6 in equation 5, dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I by A cos pi d pi. The total magnetic induction at P due to the conductor XY is B is equal to integration of minus pi 1 to pi 2 dB. It is equal to minus pi 1 to pi 2 integration mu naught I by 4 pi A cos pi d pi. B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi A sin pi 1 plus sin pi 2. For infinitely long conductor, pi 1 is equal to pi 2 is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi A if the conductor is placed in a medium of permeability mu. Therefore, B is equal to mu I by 2 pi A.